The NFL draft is in the rearview mirror, and yet Brandon Aiyuk remains a San Francisco 49ers receiver, at least for now. However, the winds of change are blowing, and 49ers General Manager John Lynch has made it crystal clear. The team is open for business, and Aiyuk's future is very much up for discussion. Lynch didn't mince words during his post-draft press conference, where he even went so far as to hold up his phone to illustrate his point. "We're available. Give us a call," he declared, emphasizing Aiyuk's talent and effectiveness in the league while also acknowledging that things haven't quite gelled for him in San Francisco. He didn't shy away from the possibility that Aiyuk might find a better fit elsewhere, and he's ready to facilitate that if the right opportunity arises. This is a bold admission from Lynch, and it's hard to interpret it as anything other than a clear signal that the 49ers are ready to entertain offers. The Washington Commanders have emerged as the most frequently mentioned suitor for Aiyuk services, with the receiver reportedly preferring to link up with quarterback Jayden Daniels in D.C. But here's the kicker. The deal hasn't materialized yet, and it's primarily due to the salary cap implications tied to Aiyuk's remaining 3 years. This makes it a tricky proposition for any team looking to acquire him. The 49ers have not softened their stance regarding compensation, and they hold the leverage in this situation. Aiyuk's impending roster bonus due September 1st gives the team the luxury of time. They're not in a rush to release him just for the sake of moving on. This is a calculated strategy from Lynch, who understands the dynamics of trade negotiations. Now, let's talk about Aiyuk's condition. He hasn't taken the field since he tore his ACL back in 2024, and that's a significant concern for any prospective team weighing a trade. Given how the situation has unfolded, there's a palpable lack of confidence surrounding the possibility of a trade, which could deter interested parties. However, with the draft behind us, teams will soon be re-evaluating their rosters more critically. Front offices may find their wide receiver rooms lacking as they gear up for the upcoming season, and that could reignite conversations about Aiyuk. If another team enters the fray with serious interest, the Commanders may feel the heat to finalize a deal before the opportunity slips away. Lynch's comments last Saturday felt less like an invitation and more like a gentle nudge toward action. As we navigate this complex landscape, it's crucial for fans to stay engaged. Where are you watching from? What are your thoughts on Aiyuk's situation? Is he a player the 49ers should hold on to? Or is it time to move on? Transitioning to the next piece of news, we're diving deeper into how the 49ers are reshaping their roster and what other moves could be on the horizon. The draft may be over, but the intrigue is just beginning. As we dive deeper into the San Francisco 49ers' current landscape, all eyes are on All-Pro tight in George Kittle. The anticipation is palpable as fans eagerly speculate about his role in the upcoming 2026 NFL season. After suffering an Achilles injury during the wild card playoff victory against the Philadelphia Eagles, a moment that had many of us holding our breath, the outlook has shifted from bleak to hopeful. While initial fears painted a grim picture, it appears that Kittle's injury isn't as devastating as once thought. Could we realistically see him back in action for Week 1? The signs are encouraging. In a recent conversation with CNBC's Alex Sherman, Kittle, while maintaining a cautious perspective, hinted at a possible return during training camp. He played it cool, urging fans not to jump too far ahead. "Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves," Kittle remarked, adding, "We'll dip our toes back in a little bit slower than that. But hey, who knows? Miracles have happened." This careful wording is typical of Kittle, who understands the delicate balance between optimism and realism. Still, he did provide some positive updates on his recovery. "Achilles is doing great," he stated confidently. "We're 13 weeks out of surgery. I think I'm ahead of schedule. My surgeon's super happy with it. So, we're on track to play a lot of football next season. So, I'm in a great place." Those words should energize the faithful 49ers fan base. Kittle, entering his 10th NFL season, has long been a cornerstone of this franchise, and his return would be a crucial boost for the offense. Last season, before his injury, Kittle was already dealing with various ailments, yet he still managed to rack up 57 receptions for 628 yards and 7 touchdowns. His impact on the field is undeniable, but the postseason exit against the Eagles, where he recorded just 1 catch for 6 yards, left a bitter taste in the mouths of fans and players alike. This upcoming season presents a chance for redemption, not just for Kittle, but for the entire 49ers squad. The stakes are high, and as Kittle inches closer to a full recovery, the 49ers must remain strategic in their approach. Rushing him back could be detrimental, not just his health, but to the team's overall performance. The coaching staff, alongside Kittle's medical team, must navigate these waters carefully. With the potential for Kittle to return to prime form, the 49ers could unleash a dynamic offensive weapon that defenses will struggle to contain. As we look forward to the upcoming season, the excitement around Kittle's recovery is contagious. The prospect of seeing him on the field again is thrilling, but we must temper our enthusiasm with realism. Kittle's history of injuries complicates matters, and while he might be ahead of schedule now, the NFL is a brutal league. Each game, each snap, carries its own risks. Fans, where are you watching from right now? And how do you feel about Kittle's potential return? Comment below with your thoughts. This is the kind of content that ignites discussions among the faithful, and it's essential to keep the conversation alive as we gear up for what promises to be an exhilarating season. Next, we'll examine the implications of Kittle's recovery, not just for him, but for the entire 49ers offense moving forward. Stay tuned as we break down how his return could shape the team's strategy and performance in 2026. As we wrap up this deep dive into the San Francisco 49ers' current landscape, let's shift our focus to tight end George Kittle, who recently shared some insightful thoughts on two pivotal issues facing the NFL today: the league's burgeoning international presence and the contentious discussion surrounding an 18-game regular season. Where are you watching from? We want to hear your opinions, so drop a comment below. Kittle's remarks come at a fascinating time for the 49ers, as they are set to make history in the 2026 campaign. San Francisco will become the first team to play multiple international games in non-consecutive weeks. That's right. The 49ers will kick off their season in Melbourne against the Los Angeles Rams, marking a monumental first for the NFL with its inaugural regular season game in Australia. Later, the team is scheduled to head to Mexico City for another game, reportedly in Week 11. This increase in travel adds another layer of complexity for a franchise that already ranks high in terms of travel distance. Kittle's perspective on international travel is refreshingly nuanced. He acknowledges the challenges of such extensive travel, but also embraces the uniqueness of the opportunity. "I'm both," Kittle explained, capturing that internal conflict many players feel. He recognizes that spending 15 hours on a plane isn't exactly what you'd call natural, but the chance to play in Australia is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. "I've never been to Australia. I've heard amazing things about their love of the game of football," he said, displaying an infectious enthusiasm that resonates with fans. Let's not forget Kittle's previous experience in Mexico City during the 2022 season. He described it as one of his career's highlights, emphasizing the electric atmosphere and the passionate fan base. "It was the most fun I've had in another stadium," he remarked, highlighting how the Mexican fans' energy and pride added to the experience. It's clear that Kittle is ready to soak in every moment of these international games, and his excitement is palpable, which can be contagious for the fan base. However, as we look at the broader implications of the NFL's international expansion, it raises questions about player welfare, especially as the league has already increased its schedule from 16 to 17 games. Many insiders speculate that an 18-game schedule is on the horizon, and Kittle is not shy about expressing his concerns. "I'm not a huge fan of that," he stated candidly, pointing out that players' compensation hasn't kept pace with the increase in games. He's advocating for a balance that prioritizes player health over sheer profit. Kittle suggests that rather than adding another game, the NFL should consider adding an additional bye week. What you could do, instead of adding an 18th game, you just add another bye, he proposed. This solution not only protects player health, but also ensures that the quality of football remains high throughout the season. It's a fair point that deserves serious consideration. The last thing we want is for star players to be sidelined due to the grueling demands of an extended schedule. As we conclude this segment, it's clear that Kittle is not just a talented athlete, but also a thoughtful advocate for his teammates and the sport. His insights into the international games and the potential for an extended season reflect a deep understanding of the game's dynamics and the welfare of the players. 49ers fans, your thoughts are invaluable. How do you feel about the team's international games? Are you on board with Kittle's perspective on player welfare? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for all the latest updates on our beloved San Francisco 49ers. This is a team that is not just playing the game. They are redefining it on a global scale. Stay tuned for more insights and analysis as we continue to support our team through every challenge and triumph.